A 77-year-old protester, who should know better at her age, who was released early from prison on home detention, has been told she must return to jail because the tag is too small.
Oh, right.
Dear.
Oh, too big, wasn't it? Was it?
Well, no, too small, it says here. You never tell with our production team.
Maybe she's got big ankles.
This is the... she's around about the same age as me, and her wrists are too small. Well, I have to go back to prison.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can't do the crime, don't do the time. Oh, no, the other way around. Don't do the time.
Well, we've got a Just Stop Oil spokesperson here. Sarah Lunnon, is it, Sarah?
Yes, that's right, James.
This poor lady, I mean, why did they release her if they didn't have a tag that fitted her? Didn't they check it out
Great
first?
question.
Maybe
can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, but you've gone frozen on the TV. Listen, I'll tell you what, we will go, we'll take a quick break and take a phone call. Or
No, she's all right now.
Apparently you're all right now.
She's just keeping still.
Oh, right. You can move occasionally. Yeah, we can hear you. Sarah. OK, it's over to you.
Okay.
So this lady's going back to prison. When do they want her back?
There's a warrant out for her arrest right now. I mean, I'm almost speechless with just how messed up the system is. They can't fit a tag on her ankles because of a medical condition, and so they were meant to put it on her wrists. They don't have a tag small enough for her wrists. So basically she's going back to prison because her bones are too small.
Why hasn't she surrendered herself? Why is there a warrant for her arrest?
That's a good question, Ash. I think that there's a warrant for her arrest because you can't just arrest people when they're just sitting at home. There has to be a reason for it. As if they're going to go to a home to arrest her, there has to be a warrant. But basically, it's not just happening to people like Gaia, to grandmothers like Gaia. Loads of people are being released from prison, and because the system of tagging isn't working properly, they're ending back up in prison for no reason.
Well, no, there's a reason.
Private company hasn't tagged them properly.
There's a reason.
Well, that's
the reason is that they committed a crime that got them put into prison.
Well, what was her crime, actually?
No, James, I think we need to understand what's happening here. They were in prison. They've been released. And now they're going back to prison even though they haven't broken the conditions of their bail. It's like some kind of bizarre game.
It's probation. They haven't got the equipment to let her out on probation, so they brought her back in. It's simple stuff.
They'll probably get some tags that will fit smaller people before long.
It is ridiculous.
I mean, I think there's a point here which, I'd really appreciate you, the guys in the media, actually investigating. Why are private companies being paid lots of money to do a job that they utterly can't do? I mean, if you're in your garden and they knock on your door, that's it. You end up back in prison. The system isn't working.
No, the system is fine. I don't know what you're upset about. If you break the law, which you guys do, if you go around and do like you've just done to this law firm in London and vandalise it,
criminal damage,
the people who did it and the ones who vandalised Stonehenge deserve everything they get. Now, it's a shame this old lady has been given false hope.
Well, we don't know what she did. What did she actually do? What was her crime?
She stopped traffic or something.
Is that what she did? She blocked the road? So she could have blocked ambulances? Is that
We're showing a picture at the moment on screen of the law firm being vandalised.
Is that what she did? She blocked the road? Was her crime?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking you, obviously. Yeah.
Well,
that's very dangerous, isn't it?
There's no dispute. There's no one is disputing that the fact that 77-year-old grandmother ended up in prison. The point is that she was allowed to leave prison. She served her time and she was allowed to leave
on
prison.
probation, but the equipment didn't work because the equipment didn't work, so they can't have her under house arrest effectively.
Well, she'd been out since the 18th of November.
But she hadn't really served a full sentence. They'd obviously let her out early on probation. So, she should have served her whole sentence. I'm fed up with people getting let out early. They should add more on if they're...
Hang on. I don't actually understand, Sarah, why you think the media should be on your side when the majority of people in this country think that Just Stop Oil are a bunch of pillocks. I was going to use a ruder word.
You're blocking ambulances, emergency vehicles.
I'm not going to at the moment. You know, you really, this blocking roads and vandalising companies, nobody likes you anymore. You don't get in the media very much, which is why you're coming on here tonight. Aren't you embarrassed? I'd be embarrassed if I were you.
I think there's a really... I mean, nobody likes Just Stop Oil. Okay, that's fair enough. We're not here to be liked. Just Stop Oil were formed to do something very, very specific.
You're not going to achieve anything.
Oil and gas.
You came and broke the windows at our building a while back. You're bloody lucky that I wasn't... No, listen to what I'm saying. You're very lucky that I wasn't coming in at the time.
If you just want to shout at someone, I'll leave. If you actually want to have a conversation,
you're at your home anyway.
Let's have a conversation.
We're having the conversation, and I'm just telling you.
At me is what's actually happening.
Well, I shout a lot. It's how I am. I can't help it.
His bark's worse than his bites.
I get emotional and about things like this. But I mean, you're a criminal, aren't you, as well?
I mean...
Have you taken part in these demonstrations?
So...
Have you taken part?
There's a 77-year-old grandmother who's...
Never mind that. We've talked about her. We've talked about her. She deserves to be either in prison or on house arrest. And if they can't put her on house arrest... I tell you what, guys,
I mean, I'm happy to come and have a conversation and talk, but I'm not really happy to sit here...
Because you have no answer. You've lost the answer, man,
either let me speak or
You've lost the answer.
It's quite simple.
You've lost the argument. I'm letting you speak. How
Thanks
could I
very much for having me on.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why do we bother with these people?
I don't know.
I just stopped.
They needed some, but they're not getting any publicity. We were just trying to help them out. But
you know, I'm in my mid-70s.
And the rest.
And shut up.
Plus the AC.
You know, just because we happen to be old, if we do something...
What about we?
We deserve... What do you mean, you? Well, you do whatever I do.
You always include me in the generation. Like when we were young, it's not the same.
I mean, I thought we might get something, but just ridiculous. These people... go out, commit vandalism. They broke the windows downstairs a while back.
People could die in ambulances. It's like people saying, let the immigrants in, and they drown in the channel. They run away then. They're to blame for it.
And, of course, if you were to run into one of these demonstrators and have an argument, lose your temper with one of them, we would be in more trouble, wouldn't we? We'd be in the front page of the papers.
Even say something wrong now, you get in prison.
You know, look what front page of all the papers, Greg Wallace, we're on the brink of a war, we've got, you know, people starving, people freezing. And we're talking about conversations that may or may not have been had some years ago.
So last year, Just Stop Oil.
And yeah, it is. Let's not bother with that anymore. Let's take...